Viewers, welcome to Sumita Roy's English Classroom. I'm Professor Sumita Roy, and today I will give you examples of shadowing, how you can do shadowing practice to improve your English. What we are going to use for shadowing are English songs. Of course, I'm not going to sing the songs for you. I will just give you the names of the songs, and you will have to search for them and listen to them, because in a short video I don't want to play the songs for you. You can find them and play them for yourselves on YouTube. All these songs are available. What is important for your shadowing is that these are old English songs, some of them 50 years old. They were the songs in our childhood we used to hear. The best thing about them is that not only is the music very beautiful, very tuneful, but the lyrics are the words. The words are clearly pronounced, and the words are used in such a way that we can learn grammar and vocabulary also along with pronunciation. Because the main activity in shadowing is pronunciation. We tend to do pronunciation for shadowing. But here, not only are you learning English from people whose mother tongue is English, because all the singers who sing, their mother tongue is English. But the second point is, you will be able to see the lyrics. I have given you 2 of these songs with the lyrics, and I will show you how you can improve your vocabulary and also your grammar by doing this shadowing. Spellings, punctuation, all this also can be improved. So it is an entire package of language learning. Shadowing helps you to speak better, no doubt, very confidently, very clearly, organizing your ideas, because you have these different songs giving you so many different ideas. So let us see the 2 songs first in great detail, where I tell you how using the lyrics you can learn language. Then I give you a list of 5 songs which I have not given you the lyrics, because I'm showing you with 2 songs what you should do. With the other 5 songs, you have to do that yourself. That's the kind of homework you need, because unless you practice, you cannot benefit. And then what happens is that after watching the video, you can write down the list of songs, or you can just take a picture of the list of songs, those slides which come to you at that point. Then you listen to those songs, you practice shadowing, and take down the lyrics and practice your language. All these things you can do using this video. It is an excellent video, because we used to often have in the university quizzes based on songs, and people who didn't know how to speak English also would participate and sing those songs. So you are getting a double benefit. You are getting to learn the language naturally, clearly, confidently by pronouncing along with them. If you listen to the song, you will be able to use the lyrics to speak or to sing if your singing voice is good. My singing voice is not good, so I'm not going to attempt it. The 2 songs which we have here, one is Mother of Mine. You can use the 2 versions, Jimmy Osmond or Neil Reed. These 2 versions are very good. Or you can use a version which has lyrics. I'm giving you the lyrics. So that is about the mother of mine. We all love our mother. So, Mother of Mine. And the second song is Brooklyn Roads, famous singer Neil Diamond. There you have the person who has grown up recollecting childhood. Starts by saying, if I close my eyes, Many of you want to learn conditionals. See how the conditional begins the sentence, begins the song. So let us go to these two songs first, and last, at the end of the video, I will give you the list of the 5 songs from which you can learn language and you can also do shadowing. Here is the first song, Mother of Mine. I have already given you. You can hear the version of Jimmy Osmond or Neil Reed. Here, the song, as I told you already, is about the love which we have for our mother. The words are divided into 4 slides. I will put all the slides one after another. The first slide begins by saying Mother of Mine, the title. Now, usually we say my mother, but in the pronoun video, I have already told you that mine is the pronoun form for the possessive first person. My mother is the adjective usage. It is a pronoun, but its usage is adjective. And therefore, here the real pronoun form is used. This is mine, that is mine. So you say mother of mine. You gave to me all of my life to do as I please. Now usually we say I please. Here I is the subject and please is the verb. Gave, you have another verb. Now all these words you are learning by looking at the words of the song. Then you have the word all of my life. The entire life. You can change the all of my life and put it in different words. The mother gifts us our entire life. It's the mother who gives us life. So that is what the child is saying. I owe everything I have to you. Whatever I have, it all belongs to you. That is what the word owe is. O-W-E. Now, this we have, owing to heavy rain, the roads were flooded. So that form owing is also there. Commonly used word, but vocabulary. Mother, sweet mother of mine. Now that is the description which the child gives to the mother, that the mother is very sweet. And again, repetition. This kind of repetition is good for the song. It always happens. Again, we find that the same line, mother of mine, is there at the beginning and at the end, mother, sweet mother of mine. So the word mine, again and again it's used. You can learn it. This is the pronoun mine. There is also a noun mine, where you get coal or gold or silver or diamonds. Those are called mines. So that also is a mine, but that is a noun form. This is a pronoun form. When I was young, you showed me the right way. Things had to be done. Now what is this child saying? When I was young, the mother showed me what I should do, the right way to do things, values, how to be good. All this the child has learned from the mother. So things should be done in the proper way. That is what the mother has taught. Now you can look at this whole sentence and change it by saying that the young child says that the mother gave direction to his life or her life. Now giving direction is showing the right way. We can also say the proper path instead of saying right way. We are using synonyms. Right, proper. Way, path. In this way, we are enhancing our language. Apart from shadowing and learning pronunciation, we are learning language. Without your help, where would I be? Now this is a question which is asked. Suppose there was no mother, then where would I be? I would be lost. Here we have a question where the answer is that you are only using it for effect. I would have been lost if I had no mother. That is what the child is saying, that without you, I would have been totally lost. Where would I be? I would be nowhere. I would not have reached any height without you. Like in the last 2 slides, you also see here that the last line, mother, sweet mother of mine, is repeated. So every time the child is saying that the mother is the sweetest person, the nicest person. Now you have here, Mother, you gave me happiness much more than words can say. So the happiness which the mother has given, the joy, instead of happiness, you can say joy. You are learning vocabulary. Much more than words can say. Now, instead of saying much more than words can say, you can say that I cannot express how much love, how much joy, happiness you have given me. So you are changing the structure of the sentence. You are keeping the meaning alike. Somebody gave in the comments, give transformation. Now you see, this is transformation. Mother, you gave me a lot of joy which I cannot express. That is, you have changed the same sentence. Meaning is the same, but structure is different. I pray to the Lord that he may bless you every night and every day. Look at this child. You know, we all pray for our parents. So here is this child saying that I pray to the Lord that, the Lord might bless you every minute, every night and every day. That is every minute, all the time, all your life. This also we can change and say. In this way, the child is showing, I'm using the word child everywhere because you will hear the song in the child's voice. But please remember, even grown-up people feel like this about their mother. They have great love for their mother. I cannot think of any person I've met, in the millions I have met, who has not said that they have great affection for their mother. This is the last of the slides for this song, song number 1. First line, mother of mine, repetition. Last line, mother, sweet mother of mine, also repetition. Whenever you see the word mine, you must remember it's the pronoun use. And you learn how to use the possessive pronouns. Now the child says, I'm using the word child because when you listen to the song, you will listen to it in a voice of a child. Both the singers I mentioned, child's voice. But everybody feels like this about their mother. Says, now I'm grown. Instead of saying that, you can say, now I have grown up. Or at present, I'm a grown-up person. And I can walk straight all on my own. When the child learns to walk, the mother is holding the hand. After growing up, all of us can walk straight. But this has one more meaning, and that is to do what is right, to follow the correct values, not to do some evil or do something wrong. So he says, I can walk straight all on my own. You have taught me how to walk. You have taught me how to live life. Now I can do it on my own. I'd like to give you what you gave to me. Now the child wants to give back. The mother has given everything, life and love and values. So I want to give you all that. Prayers. So the child is trying to give everything back to the mother. So you can see how much of language you can learn from the song. And if you shadow it, you learn how to speak English confidently. You learn how to speak English fluently. Let us now go on to a famous song, Brooklyn Roads by Neil Diamond. Again, if you search on YouTube, you'll find it. Use it for shadowing, you can learn. The song is a recollection of the childhood of this singer or the persona, the person, where he remembers his childhood with his parents and then how the mother came to school. He did not perform well. So the teacher would say that he doesn't concentrate. He's thinking of something else all the time. And the singer says that, yes, I would think of adventures. And that is what kept me occupied. There would be castles and there would be a lot of adventure which was in my imagination. Now he's grown up. He says maybe somebody else is living in Brooklyn Roads. And if I go there, I will feel, like recollecting all my past. Such a song, such a feeling, such an emotion about the past is called nostalgia. 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 Thinking about the past with regret by saying, can we not go back to the past? And then the adjective form is nostalgic. Nostalgic. So this is a nostalgic song. Now, when you listen, you can shadow and you can learn good pronunciation, because many times there are short forms used in this song. That is why I chose this song, because we call this ellipsis. We make it shorter by just putting an apostrophe on top. So please notice the punctuation also. The earlier song was very simple. This is a slightly longer song with many punctuation marks, lots of spellings which you can see and learn, and you can also check how the language, grammar, vocabulary is used. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear my mother calling. Now see, if I close my eyes, many of you wanted to learn conditional. I will make a video on conditionals soon. The song begins with a conditional. I'm not closing my eyes, but if I close my eyes, that is how a conditional clause is. What can I do? I can almost hear my mother. With eyes closed, I recollect that my mother is calling me. And calling, G is missing, an apostrophe is used. Call in. That is how the pronunciation is in the song, because while speaking quickly, that is how we do. We ellipse, we make it short. Ellipsis, Ellipsis. Ellipsis is very important. I'll try to make a pronunciation video on ellipsis. Now see the inverted commas. Now what is the mother saying? Neil, I told you the singer, Neil Diamond. Go find your brother. Neil has a brother also. So mother is saying, go find your brother. Dad's home. Now when the father comes home, obviously it's time to eat. And it's time for supper. Supper was the term used for dinner. Today we say night meal dinner. But usually dinner was eaten at about 6 o'clock and supper was eaten much later in night. But here the word supper is used. Hurry up. Now the mother is saying, quickly call your brother, because your father is here, we have to eat, and therefore hurry up. Be quick. Do it now. That is what the mother is saying. Now see how? He's recollecting. There is no mother now. There is no father now. The singer is recollecting his childhood. And I see two boys. Now see means I imagine. Almost here, it says imagination. Here also, I see two boys. Two boys are he and his brother. Race in, now again ing should be there. G is missing. Race in up two flights of staircase. So they used to live on top. So they had to climb 2 flights of staircase. Staircase is always counted as flights. 1 flight is many steps. If you have 20 steps, that is called a flight of the staircase. Then you have to go to the 2nd floor, 1 more flight. Then you have to go to the 3rd floor, 1 more flight. We are not talking about lift here. We are talking about stairs, steps. So staircase. 2 flights of staircase. The boys are running up, racing. Racing means running up. Squirming into Papa's embrace, and his whiskers warm on their faces. Where's it gone? Now he questions that all that is in my imagination. The 2 boys go and hug the father, embrace, hugging. And then, they feel that hair on his face is tickling their face. These are small boys now. Oh, where is it gone? I told you, nostalgia. So this is what the the singer is singing. Now, he gives you the address. If somebody asks you, where do you stay? Then see how the address is given. You can learn that for your English improvement, for your language improvement. 2 floors above the butcher. There's a butcher downstairs. 2 floors if you climb, then you have our house. First door on the right. There must be many houses in the corridor. So first door on the right. That is the address. Now, how did they feel? This address was in Brooklyn Roads. Life filled to the brim as I stood by my window and looked out on those Brooklyn roads. Now, their life was so happy, filled to the brim. That means you take a cup and fill it fully. That is the brim, the outer edge of the cup. But filled to the brim implies completely full. That is an idiomatic expression, completely full. So he says, I was so happy when I used to stand at my window, when I recollect the lovely life we had with our parents. And I used to stand near the window and look at Brooklyn Roads. That's where they lived. So the entire address is there here. Now some more memory the singer is sharing. I can still recall, remember. These are vocabulary words which you can start using. The smells of cooking. Now again look at the punctuation. Cooking, G is not there. It is pronounced as cooking. Cooking in the hallways. When you listen to the song, you will find how the word is shortened. So I can smell the cooking, in the corridor. Hallways are the corridor. Rubbers drying in the doorways. They were, kept their mats, etc. in the front of the door where they were put to dry. And now he comes to a very important point. Report cards. At the end of a month or at the end of a semester, the school sends you a report card, how you have done. I was always afraid to show. He says, I did not do well. So my report card was bad. I felt scared to show it. See how nicely the story is being told? Now you can easily read these 5-6 slides and tell the story of this young boy. Mama'd come to school. Mama would. Mother. Mama would. W-O-U-L-D. All that is missing. Then we say, Mama would come to school. And as I sit there softly crying, this little child, has not done well in report. So the mother goes and the child is crying. Teacher would say. The teacher would say. Now again, the word would is not there. The only is there. Teacher'd say. Teacher'd say. Mama'd come. Mama'd come. When you are pronouncing, you should remember this. Again, you have inverted commas. He's just not trying. That's what the teacher starts saying. That he's not trying to do well. The teacher continues. Got a good head. That means he's intelligent. He can do well. Good head here means intelligence. So he's intelligent. If he'd apply it, but he's not applying his mind. He's not using his intelligence. He would, again, you have he'd. He'd is the short form. But you know yourself, it's always somewhere else. So he says his mind is not there in studies. His mind is somewhere else. And the teacher is telling the mother, you know yourself. Many of you make mistakes in the use of these self pronouns. Those are reflexive or, emphasizing pronouns, relative pronouns. So you have this idea, reflexive and emphasizing. You know yourself. There you are using it as a reflexive pronoun. It is always somewhere else. Close inverted commas. See, full stop comes before, then inverted commas are closed. Very important point of punctuation. Now the child is again recollecting, the grown-up of his child. I built me a castle with dragons and kings. So he says, in my imagination, what did I do? I built a castle. Castle is a big palace, a huge house where kings live. And I'd ride off with them as I stood by my window and looked out on those Brooklyn roads. Now what would I do? In my imagination, I would take a horse and ride along with the king or I would be the king myself, and go on. So all this imagination stopped him from doing well. That is what he recollects. Thought of going back. Now he's grown up, he's moved to other places. But all I'd see are strangers' faces. Now if I go back, I won't see any of my friends. I won't see my parents. What I would see are faces of people I don't know. Strangers, unfamiliar, you can say. Instead of using the word stranger, you can build up your vocabulary by saying unfamiliar faces. And all the scars that love erases. But as my mind walks through these places, I'm wondering what's come over them. Now he says, I don't go, I thought of going back, but then I felt I won't be able to recollect or meet anybody I know. Then what did I do? I started wondering, that is, I wanted to guess how those houses are. Who are the people who are living there? All these things I did for myself. In his imagination, there are other questions also. One is, what has happened to those places? Now he says, some other young boy come home to my room. Maybe some other family is staying there. Another boy of what age I was at that time. Does he dream what I did as he stands by my window and looks out on those Brooklyn roads? So he's trying to recollect whether, what he remembers is somebody else experiencing that. In this way, he ends the song. Use the song for shadowing. Use the words for learning English. You have 2 advantages in this video. As I told you, these are the 5 songs which I would like you to listen to. I have given you the names of the singer also because other singers have also sung these songs, especially Count Your Blessings. It's a Christian hymn which we used to sing very often in school. Beautiful song. You can hear the version of Guy Penrod. Then Within You and Without You by Beatles. One more song, When I'm 64 by Beatles. Within You, Without You is based on the Indian philosophy of Vedanta. And the music also is by Pandit Ravi Shankar. This young group, Beatles, a British group, they came and they learnt the sitar, and this is a very beautiful song. The words are very philosophical and the tune is very soothing. Then you have a prayer song. Famous singer Jim Reeves. There are many, many songs by him. You can listen to other songs also. Take my hand, precious Lord. He's extending his hand, asking God to hold his hand. Then you have a wonderful love song, Top of the World by Carpenters. Many other songs are also there you can listen to. I did not list another famous group of that time, ABBA, A-B-B-A. And that is, you can listen to a song, I Have a Dream. You can note it down, I Have a Dream. That also is a beautiful song, wonderful words. You can practice shadowing and you can also learn English. All these are very interesting. When I'm 64 has one film Hindi song also, similar. Hum jab honge 60 saal ke. That you can also listen the Hindi version. It's different, but since we are learning English, we should listen to the English version and learn from the words. Learning language, learning vocabulary, grammar, etc. is what is very helpful in these songs. I hope after listening to this video, you will go to all the 7 + 1, 8 songs which I have mentioned, listen to them for your shadowing practice and use the words and the lyrics for making your English better. That is the whole idea of this exercise. Please do it and then in the comment box you say how helpful this has been. The ability to learn a language using nursery rhymes or using songs using poetry. These are very popular methods. I have given you one of them. Please let me know if this benefits you. Thank you and all the best.